Social study is a class, and we are taking our roles in promoting safety. Today we talk about the home and the school. In our previous class, we discussed how we can promote safety in our community, our environment. And we talk about how we can leverage this door neighbor educate your kids, form cleanup groups, have a alarm system or security cameras and all this. Today we're going to see how we can promote safety in our home. I'm going to just discuss 5 points. The list go on and on and on. But let me just concentrate on these 5 and see how we can promote safety in our home. Children, number one thing is children should not be allowed to play with fire. Anything that can ignite fire, like lighter, like matches, gas, stove, even firewood or charcoal. We should not allow children to play with such things in our home because they might do things that can escalate fire in our homes. And their life will be in danger, our life will be in danger, our properties will be in danger, other people's life will be in danger. So make sure that in your home, you remove things that are associated with fire children will not get to it. Then in our home, when it comes to fire, let's have like fire extinguisher in our homes so that if there is outbreak of fire, we can at least try our first hand on the equipment we have to extinguish such fire. If it goes beyond our hand, then we can call for help. The children and adults should be careful the way they use things that are associated with fire, whether gas or anything. If we notice anything that is wrong with things we use alongside fire, we should stop using such things and then repair them or buy new ones. So in our homes, let's be careful the way we handle things associated with fire, whether we are adults or children, but majorly children should be warned. Drugs and other chemicals like bleach should not be kept in place where children can lay their hands on. Drugs should be kept out of the reach of children. If you see most drug label, you will see them, they will write in there, keep away from children. Why? Children do not know the dosage they have to take, and they don't know the drug that belongs to them they are supposed to take or not to take. They don't know. And so they just see anything and go straight to the mouth. It can cause damage to their system. It can even cause death to these children. So put drugs away, far away from our children. And even as adults, make sure you read the expiring dates of drugs before you take, so that you don't take toxic drug into your system. Don't just misuse drugs. Majorly antibiotics are majorly misused in this part of the world. Take drugs under supervision, under a doctor's supervision, and drugs that are prescribed for you. Don't do self-medication. Provision of enough ventilation in our homes to avoid suffocation. People economize space a lot that the homes they build, there are no ventilation because everywhere is jam-packed. They've built everywhere, no space for window. Even the ones that have window, there is no air coming in because other houses have blocked airways that are coming. Please, if you're looking for apartments you want to rent, look for places that are well ventilated. If you're the owner of the house, build houses that are well ventilated so that your children might not suffocate. You yourself will have good air to take in and things will flow well. So let's have enough windows in our homes and have enough air coming in for good health, for health purpose. Now, another one is our home. Home environment should be kept clean and safe from dangerous objects. Our homes should be kept clean from dangerous objects. Remember in the last class, if you have not watched that class, go back and watch that class where I talk about take care of your own space. Take care of your own space. Your own space is your home, your apartment, your compound. Clean it up. Make things look neat and fine so that you can discover things that are not well placed. And so, in our environment, we should encourage cleanliness. Sweep your environment, keep things tidy, make sure they are clean. Don't leave dirty gutters to breed mosquitoes and even other areas. Our toilet system should be good so that we don't contract infection. And then we don't take in toxic water that may cause health issues to us. The water we drink, it's something we need to look into because it's something very important to our health. If we don't take care of our water, it might endanger our life. So, our environment should be kept clean. Objects that might be dangerous, whether trees that children can climb or trees that poses threats to our home, should be cut down or trimmed off. Electric pole that are almost falling off should be put away and replaced with new ones so that they don't cause harm. Nobody should build his house under a high tension wire because it might cause danger in the future. So we want to make sure dangerous things that surround our environment are put in place. Electrical appliances with naked or exposed wire should not be used, whether by children or adults. Make sure your electrical system in the house is well electrified. Naked wires should be repaired. They should be closed. Don't do shortcuts by putting two wires together or leaving a naked wire around. Children should not be allowed to use electric iron so that they don't harm themselves. A child gets to a certain stage before he can use electric iron. So, things that can cause harm to the family should be well defined and put in place. Make sure you give your children safety tips as regards the home. Your floors. If you have slippery floors, make sure you don't use such when you have children in the home. Make sure your floors are okay, and if water are poured on the floor, should be well cleaned so that nobody slip off and have home accidents. So these are ways we can promote safety in our homes. You think of other ways because there are a lot of ways we can promote safety in our home, but I just mentioned these 5 areas. Think of other areas you can promote safety in your home and then teach others. Then make sure that you keep to the rules so that you don't hurt yourself and you probably hurt others. Let's go to the next point. Safety. How can we promote safety in our schools? Let's look at our roles in promoting safety in our schools. Our first bullet point was on promoting safety in our homes. Now, what about our school? How do we promote safety? A number of ways. I'm still going to discuss 5. The list is not exhausted. The list goes on and on. After these 5, go ahead. Look for more 5 to these points I have put down or explained. Number 1 is first aid box or kits should be available in our schools. Should be made available in our schools because there may be eventuality. Students may get themselves injured. Something might happen. And so, to save life, the first aid box can help. If the student or the individual is bleeding, the first aid box can be used. So first of all, control the bleeding before the individual is taken to the hospital for more medical attention. So in case of emergency, the first aid box will be used to take the first treatment before emergency is taken or before any other further steps can be taken on the individual that have such accidents, either to be referred to another hospital, a higher hospital, or that can put the issue under control. So there should be first aid box in our schools. Laboratories that have a lab system that have dangerous chemicals that students use in performing their practicals should be kept in a safe place. It should be locked somewhere. if these chemicals that are dangerous are in our lab, the lab prefect or the lab teacher or the lab supervisor should make sure that there is a cupboard or there is a safe place where these chemicals are properly locked, so that students don't have free access to use them. Because if they have free access to it, it can harm them. And if such happens, it becomes an emergency and the life of the student may be in danger. So such chemicals should be locked in safe place, and students should not be allowed free hands to handle such chemicals in our laboratories. Then we have the next one. Good quality materials should be used in constructing school buildings. We don't want to hear cases where buildings collapsed and school children died in the process. If substandard materials are used to build these schools, it might cause harm in the future. There may be collapse. We've heard of cases where 2-story buildings, 3-story building collapse, and children are under that place learning. So many lose their life. They lost their life, and it's a big loss to the community, to the country, and to the parents, the family of these children. So good materials should be used to construct school buildings. Contractors handling school projects should please put safety measures in mind, because you might be involved, your children might be involved, your family members might be involved, even your neighbors might be involved. Let's use good materials. Let's dishonesty not prompt us to put people's life in danger, most especially those who are leaders of tomorrow. Water should be made available in schools, and these waters should be provided at every strategic place where students can get access to. It should be in a form of tap water, and if they are going to have tanks, the tanks should be well covered. Children experiment a lot, so that nobody falls into it and it becomes an emergency or it leads to death. The tanks should be well covered, and the pipes should be well laid, so that students can have access to waters that are running in taps. Then trees that can be climbed easily should not be planted in school. Guava, mangoes. All these trees should not be planted in our school system, because students will not hear that, they will climb. Plant trees like the red ink, they cannot easily climb them. There are no fruits in them, so they will not be motivated to go climb them. Such trees should not be planted around the school premises. Trees like palm trees should be used, so that they will not easily go and climb them. These are some of the safety measures that can help our school to function well. So let's put all of these in mind. Put safety in. Let's try to put all of these in our mind. Put safety consciousness in your mind. Make sure you don't endanger your home. Make sure you don't endanger yourself in school, so that you grow up to be a better person, better adult. And remember, you are the leaders of tomorrow. Thank you for dropping by on this channel. Thank you for being part of our class. Until I come your way next time, please always watch this video and rewatch them, share them, ask questions below the comment box. Whatever you want us to cover that we have not covered, tell us. We'll try to do our best. We are still work in progress, and your satisfaction is our watchword. Thank you for being here.